What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel with your host that does the absolute most spiritual intellectual 777 here once again, coming at you guys from the house of greatness. And in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is how to stop settling in life. So basically, when we were children, we had this huge sense of curiosity about the world, and we just dreamt really, really big, and we had our wild imagination just really going beyond the limits of society. We were basically excited about life. We had this sense of wonder and awe and joy. But, unfortunately, as we got older, society has pretty much have beaten us to our knees, and we have just submitted to the will of society, and we started settling for less simply because we was just tired of getting beat down and crapped on by everybody else. And so we just decided to just toss our dreams in the garbage. And that is very, very unfortunate because dreams are the way for us to get closer and closer to our purpose. And we do this out of low self-esteem by way of our family and like I said, society, and by even our spouses. But the fact of the matter is that we can turn this all around. We're not victims to our circumstances by any means. We just think we are because we've been literally pre-programmed to believe that. And also another thing that I want to talk about before I begin this video is that the good news is, like I said, you can break out of it if you want to, but only if you want to. And I hope by after today's video, it'll inspire you to break out of that settling for less mentality. So without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys. So the first step is to identify the areas in your life that you're settling in. And you can't change a problem, obviously, if you're not aware of it, right? Because they all say that that is the first step towards transformation, right? And focus on changing one area of your life at a time to avoid anxiety or overwhelm. So let's just say that you may have settled for emotionally unavailable partners because of your upbringing, or you may be settling for mediocre pay for your talents and services, or it could be the combination of both plus more, because all of us are in some way, shape, or form settling in our lives simply because we don't believe that we deserve whatever it is that we're asking for. And you must take the time to do this, because if you don't, then your life is pretty much going to stay the same. And what is that saying that goes? If you did what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always gotten. So in other words, if you keep settling for what you don't want, you're going to keep getting the scraps. And I already know that deep down, if you're watching this video, or if you have watched any of my videos or consumed any of my content in general, that you're the type of person that doesn't want to settle anymore, because otherwise, why would you be here? Because predominantly the content that I put out is personal development based. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is, you got to take the time to self-reflect on the areas of your life that you're settling in, and then make it a point to change them. All right. So on to the next point. All right. So the second step right here is to let go of the endurist mentality. And this basically was coined from the word endurism, coined by Teal Swan. And I basically got inspired to make this point by watching one of her videos about endurism. And I'll have the links in the description below for you guys to go watch it on your own time. But basically, the endurance mentality is you being extremely passive. And a lot of people use this mentality as a form of spiritual bypassing. And a lot of people's favorite saying in the spiritual community is to let go and let God, right? And there's nothing wrong with letting go and letting God, because obviously you do need to surrender control. But the fact of the matter is that most people in the spiritual community mistake that for meaning to be passive, when that is totally not the point. A lot of people miss the mark when it comes to the saying. Basically, what this saying means is that you let go of trying to acquire a particular outcome to reaching your goal, right? It doesn't mean you stop taking action to rise above your situation, because how in the hell else are you going to rise above your situation if you don't take the proper actions to do so? It basically means that you just let go of trying to control the outcome. That's what that means. It doesn't mean that you just sit back and relax and be like, well, looks like my work here is done. I ain't got to do nothing. It's not what that means. And also, what I want to say is that God/the universe will take 10 steps forward if you take that one step, even if it's a teeny tiny baby step towards your dream life. So basically, the universe can only help you if you help yourself. And when you have this mentality, this endurist mentality, then that means that you're playing the victim role and you don't believe that you have any type of control over your reality whatsoever. So you got to let go of that. And letting go of this mentality is going to be a huge game changer for you because you're going to all of a sudden have this new sense of empowerment. You're going to take charge of your life. You're going to wake up every day excited and ready to go and engaged to go after your dreams instead of living the lives that most people live, which is of quiet desperation, right? And I believe that term was coined by Edgar Allan Poe or Henry David Thoreau. I don't know which one of them dudes said it, but the thing is, you got to stop settling and you got to stop having this passive mentality and just playing the waiting game, because playing the waiting game has got you exactly where you are today. And you're not going to ever get to where you want to be if you keep having this mentality that you can just sit back and relax and that everything is just going to start flowing in. Yeah, that is true, but that's only true if you lay the groundwork or the foundation, if you will, to make that happen. All right. So moving on to the next point. All right. So the third point that I want to discuss in this video is to enforce your boundaries. It's not enough to just say what your boundaries are. You actually have to enforce them for people to have great respect for you. And basically show them what the consequences are for crossing your boundaries. Don't just tell them like, oh, I'm going to cut you out of my life if you disobey this particular boundary. Show them. Actually do it if they cross your boundary, because oftentimes people will cross your boundaries to see if you say what you mean and if you stand by your boundaries. And when you do show them, they're going to be like, oh, damn, this person doesn't mess around. Like, they're actually freaking serious and I actually have to respect this person. And you have to stop rationalizing people's poor behavior towards you. It doesn't matter if they had a tough upbringing where their mom or their dad or both parents wasn't there for them, or if they grew up in an orphanage, or if, they pretty much was sexually abused by the adults in their life. That still doesn't give them a right to be cruel towards you. And you have to tell them that you're not going to put up with that shit and that, you're willing to cross them out of your life if they keep on doing the same stuff. You got to show people nowadays that you don't screw around, because words are just words. When you actually put action behind those words, then that's when people start taking you seriously and they start respecting you a lot more. And if you keep making excuses for people's poor behavior towards you, you're pretty much telling them and the rest of the world that you don't really respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, why should anybody else respect you? I'm just going to sit here and just be straight with you. I'm not, me, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to tell it to you like it is. And if you don't have if you have poor boundaries, that's on you. And if what I happen to say offends you, then there's nothing I can do about that. That's something that you have to change on your own merit. And you have to know, and you really have to know and believe with all your heart that you deserve amazing relationships that enhance your happiness and peace of mind. Notice that I said enhance, not make you happy. You can't base the foundation of your happiness and peace of mind on another person, because you're going to be doomed to being disappointment and disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. But they can enhance your happiness though. But you'll only attract these relationships in your life if you start respecting yourself. So moving on to the very last point of the video. All right, so the very last point of the video is to create an action plan and actually take action this time. So once you identify all of those areas that you've been settling in, now it's time to start strategizing and taking that action. So let's say that you've been settling for a less than desirable job that's really soul sucking. So you need to start getting your strategy in place on how you're going to get a much better job that's in alignment with who you are as a person and with your skill set. Or if you don't like working 9 to 5 jobs, you need to start planning on what type of business you're going to start and just really getting the logistics down. And once you do create that action plan, now is actually time to execute on it. Because what a lot of people do is that they just play the waiting game still and they just let life, they just go with the flow basically. And there's nothing wrong with going with the flow because you need to go with the flow. But at the same time, you need to start executing your action plan so that you can start getting your manifestation in motion. Because keep in mind, we do live in a physical 3D reality to where you actually need to take action steps towards what you say that you want. Because you can do all the planning and strategizing you want and really just doing all the self-reflection work by writing down what it is that you need to do and what it is that you're settling for. But if you don't take that action, then nothing is going to change. And a lot of people in the spiritual community have trouble grasping this fact. They think that they just have to think something into existence and it'll come. But that is partially the truth. You showed that you are in alignment with your thoughts by taking the proper actions in place. Now, keep in mind that you're going to have to adjust sell in life because nothing ever goes as planned. But that's a whole lot different than just being passive and just letting the chips fall where they may, which is what most people do, and it leads to their downfall. And so that's basically all I got to say for this video. I hope that you guys really did enjoy watching this short little brief video. And if you guys did and you're brand spanking new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell right next to it so you get notified on every single Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. when the videos go live on this channel. So yeah, that's that. And also, if you are a supporter of the 8 Mil Productions brand, make sure to go ahead and copy some merch right now by going ahead and clicking the link in the description below so that you can go ahead and show your support and show people that, you know, you're into your spirituality and personal development. And also make sure to go ahead and smash the hell out of that like button and make sure to write down what tips stood out the most to you and why. And also, go ahead and share this on all your social media platforms with all your friends and family members, coworkers, whoever you love sharing videos with, and show them if they need a wake-up call. All right? So, peace in and out with the highest vibes, and I'll catch you guys in 2020.